Hi everyone, it's Bella, and today I'd like to talk to you about the solar eclipse, new moon on the 4th of December 2021 at 12 degrees of Sagittarius. Now, the new moon solar eclipse occurs when the sun, moon, and earth are aligned during a new moon when the moon moves between the sun and the earth, obscuring the sunlight to the earth. The moon is here very close to the ecliptic plane. This is also taking place by the great attractor, which sits at 14 degrees of Sagittarius, moving through frequencies, with also Mercury the messenger at 15 degrees. The path of visibility for this eclipse is South Australia, South Africa, South in South America, Pacific Atlantic, Indian Ocean, and Antarctica. During this time, we might find our mind and feelings are more in tune, and our emotionality is more affected by larger patterns dominating our lives than those closer in relation to us. But with Mercury conjunct the sun and moon, we could double up here with also focusing on little trivial things. We might experience more physical vitality, and our relations are more positive with those closest to us. This can be a good time for group meetings and input where the gathering of information happens for decisions needing to be made later. Miscommunications are possible, so be clear and direct. This is a time to plant a new seed of intention in the area of Sagittarius in your natal chart that could unfold over the next 6 months or so. An area and part of the axis hectically reworked the last while, finally moving something that's long overdue, finally that new start, possibly, a karmic clearing out, an open space of new life and freedom here. It feels lighter and higher, even in the dark. It's not a time to overthink it, but to remove what no longer serves us in order to make room for the new to come in. If we don't have room for the new to come in, we are keeping it out. Just move with a pull that resonates in your being. There is an energy of searching and restlessness that can be helpful in focusing on your future goals, trying out new ideas, mixing with people different from you, traveling, or expanding your mind, philosophy, and perspective in some way. Maybe your future goals look different now than originally planned. If you have the opportunity to study something new now, do it. Travel can sometimes happen in the mind or through books, or spiritually through dreams, as this moon can also want you to cling to some familiarities, even though you are itching for the unknown or the break in routine. Try to find a balance in the two. But almost every incident or person has something you can learn from now, so pay attention. Collectively, we can expect topics such as laws, the feeling that those in charge make up their own rules, court cases, travel, airplanes, world affairs, belief systems, religious institutions, and mercenary motives to dominate. Principles of the law can somehow come into investigation regarding everyday activities. The eclipse is also sextile Saturn, which makes self-discipline much more natural. Making realistic, practical plans will be more important to you now than castles in the air. This energy can assist with getting work done well without leaving any stones unturned. If you're not working on something important, you might find yourself thinking about important issues, because the energies of this eclipse will strongly be felt intuitively that radical change is imminent and that there's preparation to be done, which is felt like a duty or obligation in your gut. Father figures or someone wiser can play a role now, or it may be wise to seek counsel from them if you feel the need to. Either way, your restlessness and focus on important issues allow you to be okay with delaying gratification in order to get things done. This eclipse also quincunxes Uranus, which emphasizes the need to release built-up tension in order not to blow. Your actions will be more out of the box, freedom-driven, and creative. Adjustments could be needed regarding family. Embrace your authenticity and accept your quirks as your strengths and allow tolerance for others' views. It is important to channel your electric energy and restlessness wisely as to prevent accidents and outbursts. Be aware of possible deceptions or tactics that are used to make you feel less worthy. Do not fall back into past mind patterns and avoid trying to escape reality with drugs or alcohol. Small adjustments to navigate the changes you are pressured to make are key. Stay as flexible as possible. The changes to your plans now will give you a better result than it would have been. And Pluto sextile Mars increases your determination against opposing forces. Avoid keeping the truth from others in order to avoid confrontation, unless, of course, it's for your safety. Remain cautious. It is possible to meet some new and excitingly different people with this energy, possibly older, or someone like an employer or wiser. Love at first sight is also quite possible for some, but weigh the consequences carefully, as this could cause disruption in existing relationships and in some cases could be of mercenary motives. Venus sextiles Mars during this lunation, and it increases the possibilities of forming love relationships and friendships, which are the kind where you can be yourself, as with this energy you can attract the people that fit. It is great for selecting employees or making any type of connection and or hiring or addition to a group with like-minded people. This energy can also influence you to beautify or decorate or do some kind of art or music or artistic endeavor. Romance can be in the air with the added sextile to Neptune that Venus makes, and escaping reality in this way or out in the country writing poetry could be fabulous. Venus is also conjunct Pluto during this time, which could create a deep need for intimate and powerful soul-blending experiences. And for some, this can lead to obsession or possessive jealousies and manipulation and states of being out of touch with the reality of the potential of the relationship realistically. But on the other hand, if your partner shares this all or nothing intensity, this could be magical and transformative love. Venus is potent regarding relationships, values, and finances right now, looking at what works and what doesn't, as she is about to station retrograde on December 19th at the next full moon. And you can also hear more about how Venus retrograde in Capricorn will affect you when you listen to the upcoming general potentials of the astrology of 2022 videos that I will be posting for each rising sign very soon. Mars challenges Jupiter currently and has you acting towards your future, but it can cause exaggeration, overindulgence, and reckless actions, inflated confidence, also when overly optimistic, and not taking all factors into consideration, which can get some people in trouble with authority. The eclipse's sextile to Saturn should assist calming this energy, but there will ultimately be a more spiritual aspect you are after with all connections and actions. And your drive could be more in tune with others' needs. Spirituality is more important now than the material. Jupiter is also squared to the North Node at critical degree, about to change signs. And it is possible to feel at odds with others regarding values, beliefs, morals, and ideas and perspectives about the future, and your personal rights and freedoms. But as said previously, you will attract your tribe now, and you will have the support to feel confident in your abilities. The Saturn square to Uranus aspect this year is applying strongly again. The quest to combine freedom with order, old versus new. Feeling stuck or trapped or confined and controlled or repressed or oppressed, and having a strong need to break free from the restriction. This eclipse fosters a consistent will to live out your role in society's transformation and growth with conscious motivations, with relevance presently and towards the future. There are higher and powerful forces at play here, and you are more concerned with probing the underlying motivations of people's actions. Do not allow the opposition to your views to keep you feeling isolated and alone. Organs that are more sensitive during the next month to 6 months could be the liver, thighs, hips, tailbone, and the lumbar. Surgical operations are not recommended unless it cannot be avoided. This is not medical advice. I'd also like to read to you the inside degrees for 12 degrees of Sagittarius, where this solar eclipse new moon is taking place. Icicles melting, soul timing, slow and formative, waiting for fullness and ripeness, outliving old stuck patterns by slowly wearing them out. Deep process. You experience lessons in humility and simplicity. An extravagant streak which relents only after relentless pressure. Cross purposes. You have an attachment to personal inclination of the most stubborn kind, and yet a desperate drive to get beyond the shadows. Interior dialogue and dispute. The slow burning way. And allowing pride to surrender without being made wrong. Elaborate maneuvers towards significant breakthrough. I'd also like to read to you the placement for the ruler of this eclipse, which is Jupiter at 25 degrees of Aquarius. The Sabian symbol for this is a butterfly with the right wing more perfectly formed. The keynote here is the capacity to develop the rational and fully conscious aspect of the mind ahead of normal evolution. What seems implied is a kind of mutation, and more specifically, the special development of whatever is symbolized by the right side of the organism. Here, however, the spiritual body, the butterfly, is what the image represents. A strong process of conscious individualization is suggested, perhaps at the expense of the instinctual, emotional aspect of the personality, its left side. If you'd like to see how this eclipse will affect your rising sign more closely, you can go to the Pondering Moon on Etsy, and you can get the eclipse workbook there, the moon workbook, and then you can check out for each rising sign the layout and how it will be affecting your chart. May the sun shine bright on you this day. May there be blessings coming your way. Until next time.